California, we're fortunate enough to have some of the best weather around. Days are often filled with a lot of this, sunshine. So why not put that sun to work? Well, that's exactly the thought the Traina family had when they left Italy way back in 1926 for greener pastures in Northern California. They wanted to branch out from their grocery store business, so they started doing what other farmers were doing in the area, sun-drying fruit.
As time went on, we bought properties and started buying fruit from other growers and got into the drying business.
Now, almost 90 years later, the Traina family is still drying fruit the old-fashioned way, but with some modern technology thrown in there too. Today, it's Justin's children, Willie and Vicky, who are looking after the family business that has grown leaps and bounds since it was first started. Over the years, they've dried a variety of fruit, but their biggest success has been returning to their Italian roots and drying a favorite at their family dinner table, tomatoes.
About 1990, we just, knowing that it was a popular item in Italy and seeing a little bit done in California, we started drying it and trying it different ways.
And it eventually grew into this, a sea of red during harvest time, where at any one time, 30,000 trays of tomatoes are drying over 12 acres. Today, Traina Foods is one of the largest dryers of fruits and vegetables in the country. And although these tomatoes are dried, they still are some of the freshest around. That's because they are picked at the peak of freshness and then trucked into Traina headquarters in Patterson. Here they are washed, sorted, and inspected every step of the way.
Here, what we're doing is we're making sure the tomatoes are face up, or on the cut side up, and that way they can dry properly. So the sorters are making sure there's no stems. The tomatoes are all faced up and the tomato trays are nice and full. So here we're doing some sorting after the product's first dried, going through a vibratory machine that's trying to take out anything that shouldn't be in there. And then the sorters are looking for anything that's discolored, stems possibly, or anything that we don't want in the process at this point.
After the best tomatoes make the cut, so to speak, they're then placed on these wooden trays and put into the curing room. They're then left out in the sun for 7 to 10 days to let it do its magic and make these into some really red-hot tomatoes.
We really struggled to move them the first year, and that was being about 1990. And the second year, we started moving a few. People started getting the idea of how to use them. All of a sudden, you'd have a show coming out and saying something about sun-dried tomatoes. Seinfeld said something in one of their shows on sun-dried tomatoes. By 1992, we could not keep up with what the demand was.
In addition to the tomatoes, the family still dries a variety of fruits for cereals and granola bars and a whole host of other products. But after years of supplying restaurants and other companies with their sun-dried produce, the family decided it was time to put their name on their own product. But what would they create? Well, like many other decisions, the siblings, Vicky, Willie, and their brother Joe, who runs their family restaurant in Modesto, came up with an idea.
And then one day we're sitting at the table and we're like, what would be awesome is sun-dried tomato ketchup. Because sun-dried tomatoes are just intense in flavor. So we thought if we could create a sun-dried tomato ketchup, it would be more tomato ketchup.
So the family decided to literally bottle their success with tomatoes and came up with this, sun-dried tomato ketchup, that is packed with California sun-dried tomatoes. In fact, each bottle has about 4 pounds of fresh tomatoes in it. The intensely flavored tomatoes become the basis of this gourmet blend that combines the old world tradition of sun-drying with a classic ketchup recipe.
And what we came up with is a ketchup of tomato intensity, and it's real, and we're excited because we didn't really know what we were going to come up with when we started. We thought it sounded good, but would it really be as good as it sounded? This is the sun-dried tomato ketchup.
Okay, let's try this. Gotta try this. Okay, that's good. Brand X, we'll say.
Brand X represent many brands because they all kind of.
It's so funny. There's not much taste with the regular ketchup.
Yeah.
But I never noticed that until I tried the two together.
Less tomato in that and more sugar in that.
Look at
Basically, sun-dried tomatoes cooked down to perfection. Oh, isn't that good?
It's great. Oh my God. The sales are coming in already.
We're about, creating a product that people can be proud of and more important that our family is proud of.
With all of their products, the family remains committed to their roots in creating products the old-fashioned way, and by combining their years of experience with family tradition and state-of-the-art technology, they're hoping to create a special recipe for success that everyone can enjoy well into the future.
We do produce the best products in the world. I mean, we really care about what we do here.